Pete Rose is banned, but I'm at the Red Stadium and I see DraftKings, MGM, and Caesars all have advertising in the outfield.
Yeah. Pete Rose is not allowed in the DraftKings Hall of Fame. So the MLB Hall of Fame presented by DraftKings.
So good.
Cause we way too high for you. Tripping like we got too much on. Still they got love before us. Cause we staying all night long. Yeah, when we walk in the club, you better believe we know what's up. Got these girls a little trance, throwing rhythm in the dance.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome back to another rendition of the Bros and the Berg podcast. You know me. My name is Ryan Doyle. I'm joined by my ever-talented co-host with the new video camera setup, new PC and all, Mr. Robbie Bergstone. And of course, none of this could be made possible by the man in the front-facing hat, Mr. Connor Doyle. We appreciate you guys joining us. We're recording this on the evening of December 7th. I know it's been a couple of weeks. You know, life gets busy around the holidays, I'm sure, with all you guys. But if you're listening to us, watching us, wherever you're ingesting this podcast, we appreciate you, first-time listener, returning watcher. All the support is appreciated. We got another action-packed episode for y'all this evening. Connor, what are we going to start with tonight?
Lots to talk about. Obviously, as you said, we haven't done this in a few weeks. And us being a sports podcast, we have some very important sports things to talk about.
Nothing has happened in sports in the last 3 weeks. We're good. We're caught up.
Yeah. No. But that's why I would like to address the elephant in the room. The GTA 6 trailer just dropped.
You damn right it did. You damn right it did.
10 years ago, GTA 5 in 2013 on Xbox 360 came out, and they just released the trailer for GTA 6.
They skipped a whole fucking generation of consoles. I mean, that's
wild. They just skipped it.
I'd say, and we're still over a year out from
yeah.
GTA 6 dropping as well.
Yeah.
Like, they released the trailer, and we're still looking at 2025. So.
And 5 is still played a ton across everything.
They've made so much money off 5. I don't blame them at all for waiting this long to drop 6. They've made boatloads of money off that game.
Yeah. Robbie, you said that you thought that they were taking so long. In the trailer, they showed some twerking, and you believe the twerking physics.
So I have heard from inside sources that the twerking physics is what made the development take so long. So I would so everyone knows, expect that to be fantastic.
Yeah. I did go through that frame by frame, and I can agree with your inside source from my own independent research.
What?
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, the gameplay, the map looks huge,
dude. It is gonna encompass Florida so well. Like, they showed Miami, the beaches, nightclubs, stuff like that, and then you got an alligator walking into a convenience store, and just dudes on their trucks doing stupid shit. It is Florida. Nothing more you could ask for, taking all of South Florida and putting it in a video game. So I'm very curious to see how it actually plays, which we'll get to find out in 15 short months.
Wouldn't be surprised if it ends up being the best-selling game of all time pretty quickly.
Easily. I mean, it'll. I'm sure, as we go along, highest first month sales, highest 3 month sales, it's gonna break every record as it goes.
Yes,
but and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think it's supposed to release originally on PlayStation, or excuse me, on PC.
No, it'll only be console, and then they'll add a port later. So.
Should be interesting. Because I'm sure the PC numbers, a lot of people love playing modded GTA, right? So
the reason they do that is because they know that people will buy it on the consoles, and then when it comes out for PC, I got to buy it so I can mod it and play it on PC now. Yeah. And so they get people to double dip and buy the game twice.
Well, GTA 6 is dropping. It's coming soon, but we are going to get into what we normally talk about, the sports world. First thing we have to talk about, it's behind Ryan on your screen. It is the college football playoff. I will say right before we talk about the 4 teams that were selected, which unfortunately Ryan has spoiled for you guys. You should have seen it already, but
if you haven't seen it, I don't think you're much of a fan of college football.
Yeah, exactly.
So
but right before we talk about the results and the 4 teams that were selected by the committee, we are going to quickly recap the conference championships because obviously those were also determining factors in who ended up getting into the college football playoff. Starting off here with the Big Ten championship in a game where the spread was covered and the over-under of 33.5 was not hit, or it was the under. Michigan defeating Iowa 26-0.
Yeah.
Iowa is the worst 10-win team in college football history.
It's so bad. It's
They won 10
how can you
games.
be so inept on offense? Like I had like you've been a decent college football school for a while now, and you still can't score at all. Like I don't get it. I don't get it.
It's bad. It's sicko football.
It's disgusting. And talking about the other unfortunate blowout, the Big 12 championship, Texas comes out on top, 49-21 ahead of Oklahoma State, my school, and unfortunately. It didn't feel great seeing all those Longhorn fans shove it in my face.
Unfortunately, I feel like a lot of people saw that coming.
Yeah, I can't say I'm shocked.
Yeah. I was really hoping that OSU.
I know, man.
I was hoping it'd be a game
pull it
at
out.
least.
Yeah.
I was hoping it'd be like a good game.
You could tell from the first couple possessions that OSU wasn't going to be able to get the ground game going, and that your quarterback is just simply not talented enough to pull that team from behind. So
And Texas knew that we stop Ollie Gordon and we're going to be in pretty good shape defensively.
because they just had the great field position the entire game.
Obviously, we got killed, but that third pass, or not, excuse me, the third play that was a pass play that was ruled not pass interference.
Yeah, that was pretty rough.
What in the hell was that?
Because it was immediately just a 3 and out, and Texas goes down and scores. It's just sucks the energy out of the Pokes fans.
I was like, they have enough of an advantage. They don't need the refs on their side too. Like, holy crap. But I was telling the people around me, I was like, so I saw Patrick, or excuse me, I don't know. Yeah, it was Patrick Beverly had a podcast, and he was talking about how basically he was on a small market team at the time. I might have been Jeff Teague. He was one of the guys. They were on a small market team at the time, and they were playing somebody in the Eastern Conference Finals that were a big market team, and they were going into a game 7. And one of the vets on his team told him, he's like, we're gonna have to win this game by 20 to win by 3. And he was like, that doesn't make any sense. What do you mean by that? And he was like, think about it. The NBA wants to make money. The NBA wants the big market teams in the NBA finals. So realistically, even if they don't mean to, the refs might subconsciously, swallow their whistles a little bit more in order for, the NBA to maximize their profit and money. And so I told that to people around me, I'm like, it's the same thing. I mean, if Texas wins here, they have a good chance to get in the CFP, which is more publicity for even though Texas is leaving, it's more publicity for the Big 12. It's more money for the Big 12. You have to look at it realistically. We're going to have to win this game by 21 to win by 7 kind of thing. So it was like,
let's not act like it's subconscious. If you don't think that Adam Silver is down there occasionally, be like, hey guys,
hey, chill, chill a little bit.
We don't really want the Hawks in the fucking.
I think it was literally Hawks. It's the story.
You guys don't want to watch this. We don't want to watch this. Come on.
Yeah. This is entertainment above anything.
Yeah,
it is.
Yep. So, and then going through the rest of the results, your school, Alabama, pulls out a narrow victory, 27-24.
It wasn't
over Georgia.
that close.
Yeah.
It was a pretty consistently a 10-point game for most of the game. Once it went down 7-0, went up 17-7, and Alabama was pretty much in control of the rest of the football
after the first quarter, I did not feel nervous about the game.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Congratulations to Alabama, the SEC champions. And another close matchup in the Pac-12, in a great Pac-12 championship game send-off, if this is the end of the Pac-12. Washington defeats Oregon 34-31. Why did people think Oregon was going to win? It was Michael Penix season, baby. Washington. Robbie said it from the beginning. Washington has a date with destiny. I never thought Oregon was going to win it. Everybody thought Oregon was going to win.
So I thought Oregon was going to win, but I thought it was going to be a really close game. When I saw the Oregon favored by 9, I thought that was
That's what I'm saying.
Wild. I was like, that's not. There's something fucky with that.
So. I took the Washington money line and ran the Bills with that one. I felt really good about it too. I was like, hey, they beat them once. Haven't played great recently, but who cares? They keep winning. So at the end of the day, this is a good Pac-12 this year. And we've talked about that a lot. This Pac-12 conference on the dawn of its end was one of the best conferences in college football this year. So
yeah,
I'd also just real quick to interject before we get to the big, or I guess the ACC. The graphic that I have is just all sorts of fucky. The school logos are all which way, and it's just really bothering me now.
It's really throwing Ryan off.
So it's just like, why did CBS get a grip?
Did you just realize that like it's like super
Yeah.
blurry and
Well, I knew
like,
it was blurry, but I didn't realize
Right.
like how like weird the logos were situated.
yeah, they didn't like they should have
They
put them
didn't
either
fit 'em.
both like
Yeah,
this
yeah.
or all facing the same way. That was the
CBS
design
Sports
choice there.
Design intern, gotta let him
It's
go.
just-
He's
Do
not-
better. Got to do better, yeah.
Gotta let him go.
And then the last one that we will talk about, and probably the biggest point of controversy we will talk about regarding what happened after this, the ACC championship. Florida State defeats Louisville 16-6, resulting in a perfect season for Florida State, a 13-0 record, Power 5 school. Yeah, those were the conference championships. Congratulations to every single conference champion, and ultimately these games influenced the decision that was made by the College Football Playoff Committee in the Gaylord Texan Hotel in Grapevine, Texas, which Ryan and I are familiar with. We live about 10 minutes from there, so it's kind of cool to know that they're making those decisions there. The 4 teams that were selected as on Ryan's screen: number 4, the Alabama Crimson Tide; number 3, the Texas Longhorns; number 2, the Washington Huskies; and number 1, the Michigan Wolverines. Obviously, the biggest point of controversy.
We can
Florida
get into
State-
that, but before we get into the controversy,
Yeah.
these games are gonna be fucking sick.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
both
100%.
of these games are going to be really, really good, which
Yeah.
is probably why Alabama's in the playoff. But like they're going to be really, really good football games. So I'm excited to watch all those and see what unfolds.
Well, gentlemen, we have to talk about it. Florida
Got
State
to.
went 13-0. They won their conference. They won the ACC conference. Obviously, their quarterback Jordan Travis went down, and that was the committee's main reasoning for leaving Florida State out of the playoff. Right decision, wrong decision. Let's get some thoughts here.
Man, as a couple of Bama homers, I feel
Yeah.
like nothing we say is going to be
I know.
taken with consideration. I will say this. I think Florida State is the more deserving of the teams if you're going by deserving, should have been put in. Going 13-0, you beat everybody that you scheduled and played against. I get the frustration. If the roles were reversed, any school would feel the exact.
Yep.
I get it. I do. That being said, I feel like there is something to be said when you see videos released of, when Michigan sees that Alabama is who they're going to be playing, and you hear groans and
Collective groan, yeah.
and then you see, Georgia's now playing Florida State, and Georgia's favored by 2 touchdowns in Florida for their bowl game. And you got to imagine Georgia's going to have a lot of dudes potentially sitting out for the NFL draft. Alabama, obviously, and the committee agreed, really found their stride in the second half of the season and looked like one of the best teams in the country. Florida State struggled in a lot of their last games as well. Obviously, Alabama struggled in the Iron Bowl. I get it.
I was about to say.
I get it. The
Alabama should
committee,
have won the Iron Bowl. Like I don't think anyone's going to sit here and say they should have won that game. Like
right?
Yeah.
complete miracle.
But then you see them go in and beat a team that had 29 straight wins, like in a pretty much an away game in
their home state. I think there's 2 reasons that the committee made this decision. The first one is that we all watched TCU play Georgia last year. And like I know TCU beat Michigan when no one gave them a chance and all of that. But for this Florida State team rolling in to play Michigan, I think would have been a fairly similar outcome. Like I don't think it would have been a very good football game, and they didn't want that to happen again.
Yeah.
It may have not have been to that level, but I'm thinking of like Alabama Cincinnati game from a couple years ago where like maybe it wasn't a blowout, but it wasn't exactly good football going on either.
And remember, the semifinals have not been good in the CFP.
Right. Yeah.
Like there has been at least one blowout every single semifinal since the CFP's been in.
And the other reason they feel comfortable doing this is the 14 playoff is gone next year. So whatever precedent that they're worried about setting, it doesn't matter because it all is a moot point next year when all the conference champions will get in, no matter what the CFP think of you. So
if the ACC survives,
yeah, that's true. I've seen a lot of people. The Pac-12 is dead. The Pac-12 only has Washington State and Oregon State.
They still haven't officially said anything yet, which is wild.
That's true. But I think those are 2 big reasons. And like I said, I mean, next Florida State fans are gonna be upset about this forever. Everyone else is gonna forget about next year when teams that win Power 5 conferences automatically get it. So,
sure.
and I'm not going to apologize for Alabama being in because I'm hyped that Alabama's playing in the college football playoff. But I do absolutely feel bad for Florida State, especially for the players. Like,
Yeah,
in
players
mind
for
is
sure.
that we lost one guy, and you're saying now we're not good enough. Like, that's not fair to any of those guys. And I do definitely feel for them in that aspect of it.
And
Well, a lot of people
you got to imagine the committee wants to see an Alabama Texas rematch in the championship. Yeah, they just see the fucking dollar signs.
The NCAA is like Adam Silver. They're in the refs like meeting rooms right now saying, "Hey guys, here's what we need."
Yeah. But I was saying that a lot of people on social media were saying that if this is true, if that you're holding out an entire team in college football for one player, then people were calling for Jordan Travis better win the Heisman. Or there's absolutely no, like, it's one or the, to them it was like it's one or the other. Either Jordan Travis wins the Heisman or Florida State's in the CFP.
And I saw people raising concerns. It's like, okay, this also opens up that you need to alter your injury report so they don't know that someone's hurt. And then when you get selected, be like, oh, wait, they actually can't play. Or two, you make them play through injuries that they shouldn't play through, which can be super dangerous.
No, I get it. Yeah.
So I do hear that as well, that I think it sets a bad rap for being injured in college football if you know that it can prevent you from being able to play for a national championship.
I saw someone define it pretty well, I think on TikTok. They said the committee did the right thing for entertainment, but did the wrong thing for the integrity of the sport, which I was like, I feel like that's pretty fair. I mean, because a lot of players were like, "Oh, then what's the point of even playing the regular season games?" Which I don't totally agree with that logic because I think that's very different. But yeah, go ahead, Robbie.
I lost my train of thought there.
Choo choo.
Yep. Nope. The brain just shut off.
Damn it, Ryan. That's your fault. So
Ryan's fault.
Given that we have our matchups, and we have the 4 teams, let's predict, gentlemen. Who's gonna win the final matchups? Who's gonna?
Before we talk about the CFP, we got to talk about some of these other just barn burning bowls.
Do I get to point out that the 4 teams I picked for the playoff finished in the top 5 this year in the CFP rankings? Do I get to throw that out there?
He cooked, begrudgingly cooked.
Robbie did in fact cook. All right, Ryan. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the bowl games you want to talk about.
I have a category, and I'm going to put you boys on the spot to scroll through the bowl games real quick.
Dude, I spent no time looking at like any of the bowl games.
I have both fan bases want fucking nothing to do with this bowl category.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the 9:15 Central kick against a Pac-12 and Big 12 team. It's in December 16th, 2023. That's going to be your California versus Texas Tech in the Radiance Technologies Independence Bowl in Shreveport.
Can I first just say that I had no idea that Cal made a bowl game? Like, not a damn clue.
I think
Cal
they went
made
6
a bowl
and
game.
6.
Yeah.
That is sicko mode.
and the thing that caught my eye is tickets. Ticket prices are $10 for this fucking game.
Y'all want to go?
Is Shreveport the worst like bowl locale? Like, you win 6 games, you're like, dude, hell yeah, we get to go someplace cool, play a bowl game. Like, guess what, fellas? We're going to Shreveport, Louisiana. It's like not like barely in the top 10 of best cities in Louisiana.
I just saw that and I'm like, that's awful. For every single human involved with this production is not going to enjoy it.
That's the day I get out of school, or that's the day after. Do y'all want to go? Do y'all want to go to Shreveport for $10 a ticket?
No, I don't at all. Another fun tidbit I'm seeing now. So the Bahamas Bowl has been temporarily renamed to the famous Toastery Bowl, which goes hard.
Okay.
And that is, rather than being played in the Bahamas, they get to go to the beautiful locale of Charlotte, North Carolina. To play this one.
There it is.
And we got the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers playing Old Dominion. An electric matchup. And again, imagine you think you're going to the Bahamas and your bowl game gets moved to Charlotte.
All right, let's talk about the New Year's Six bowls, the big matchups outside of the CFP. First of all, we have on the 29th, we have Missouri versus Ohio State in the Cotton Bowl. I think that's a really
I think that'll be a fun game. I think it'll be a really fun game.
Cool.
Yeah.
Mizzou's gonna be fucking fired up. You got Ohio State's got some like transfers and
I think they're gonna win.
I forgot that McCord is gone because he's transferring.
I think Missouri's gonna win.
Mizzou's favored.
Crazy.
I think with
I
all
think
the
Mizzou
shit
will
going
win.
on with the Ohio State players, and I know this is God. When's the last time they had a New Year's Six bowl?
They've never played a New Year's Six. They played a couple of BCS bowls.
Oh,
Out,
there you go.
fucking hammering Mizzou.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
They'll be fired up.
On December 30th, in Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, we have the Peach Bowl hosting number 11 Ole Miss versus number 10 Penn State.
Two differing styles of football. Penn State's going to
Very
come
much.
out and play really good defense, probably not score a whole lot, and Ole Miss just wants to run up and down the field scoring. So it'll come down to whoever gets their style of play established first.
I think I'm gonna take Ole Miss in that one. Penn State just hasn't looked
Who
good
likes
playing
it?
against good teams.
Yeah.
I can't remember who I picked, but I picked somebody. I can't remember who I picked. I don't know. Also on December 30th, probably the game outside of the CFP that will have the absolute most eyes on it, just from the interest perspective. In Hard Rock Stadium, Miami Gardens, Florida, the Orange Bowl is hosting number 6 Georgia versus number 5, 13-0 Florida State.
Did you see they're supposed to have a press conference this week and it got canceled?
No, I did not see that.
Yeah, because you have to assume Mike Norvell is just going to show up and be like, "We should be in the CFP." We don't. He's not going to say we
Yeah,
don't give
I'm
a
sure.
shit about the Orange Bowl, but like he's just going to be saying how they were in the CFP the whole time. So
Yeah. And then the last of the New Year's Six Bowls, in State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, the Fiesta Bowl is hosting number 23 Liberty versus number 8 Oregon.
Come on, Liberty. Let's have a good showing, boys.
the group of 5 teams have had some pretty good showings in New Year's Six bowls. Tulane beat USC
Tulane
last year.
That game
and,
was crazy.
I'm very curious. They also did pretty well in the BCS as well. I think it's just a motivation difference, kind of like talk about Missouri and
Right.
Ohio State. Like these guys get to play in one of these bowl games.
No one's sitting out. This is what they worked for. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
they knew this was their ceiling. I mean, Liberty's undefeated too, so this was their ceiling. They'll be fired up.
So yeah, I'm just looking through kind of some of the other games. I'm just trying to find what I find to be the funniest sponsor of everybody. I'm just trying to find who has the best name. There's the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. That's a good one.
We got the Pop Tarts Bowl. We can't gloss over just the Pop Tarts Bowl.
I just heard about
we
that
got
all
the
year.
Wasabi Fenway Bowl played in Fenway
go.
with BC.
Just sponsored by Wasabi, like just the condiment Wasabi.
I believe so. Yes.
That's excellent.
The Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe
Yeah.
Bowl. That's a game.
Not to be confused with the Bad Boy Mowers Battle for Atlantis tournament in college basketball. Different things. Different things.
All right. Yeah. So Robbie had recommended it before, but we will definitely do that. We'll leave it actually in the description. We'll set up a little bowl matchup, so like everybody can. We'll submit our picks, and then everybody who wants to be a part of the group can be a part of the group. We'll set it to probably open or public or whatever, and we'll paste a link in the description below. So if you want to play with us in terms of the bowl games and just see who comes out on top, that'd be a lot of fun.
I think we can say if you win our Bowl Mania group over the 3 of us, that we'll actually let you come on the podcast.
Hell yeah. That's the reward, baby.
Maybe the reward is maybe you get to come on the podcast, and when we get a little bit closer to college football season next year, you can come on and do a little college football preview with us because clearly because you clearly know college football better than we do. So if you win the Bowl Mania, you know ball, and we'll have you come on the podcast with us.
Yeah, we were not familiar with your game. We apologize.
All right, gents. Let's pick the CFP. Number 4 Alabama versus number 1 Michigan in the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, California. Who's winning?
Bama, give me the points.
Wow.
You think I'm not taking the Tide?
Yeah,
I'm taking the Tide every game this year, and it's only not worked out once. So
Bama by a tutty.
I'm also gonna go Alabama. I don't, dude. You beat Iowa by 26, and but that's not that much for how bad Iowa is.
The Big Ten was that good this year.
Yeah,
like the Big Ten compared to what it has been in the past was bad, just like kind of bad this year. So
I think Bama's on a roll. I think Saban has figured out what he wants to do with Milroe, even though Milroe is kind of atypical from what he usually has in quarterbacks. I think Saban has kind of figured out the game plan. I think
Saban with a month, dude. Saban with a month to prepare. Come on now.
I think the defense has stepped it up. I think they're rolling right now. I think Michigan has been coasting the whole season. I think they kind of get hit in the mouth by Alabama, and Alabama moves on from kind of a rough start to the
rough season. I mean, pulling it out, getting lucky, like what call it you want, but we're here.
To their third CFP title appearance in the last 4 years.
Yeah. And one of the most, to me, one of the most fun matchups in recent semifinal,
Absolutely.
CFP semifinal history in the Caesar Superdome in New Orleans, number 3 Texas versus number 2 Washington in the All-State Sugar Bowl. Who's winning?
Intriguing. Very intriguing
This
matchup.
is
a
a really,
fun game.
really hard one to pick, too. Like, I don't know that I feel super confident in either. Like, not because they're both so good. I just don't feel confident in either of them who's going to come out on top of this game.
Yep.
We get the over under set at 63.5. Vegas has Texas favored by 4.
Man, Washington's gonna post that up all over again.
Still get
They
slept
just
on,
said
though.
they just said you were dogs by 9 points. Now they're saying your dogs by 4 points. Come on now, that's just bulletin board material.
I mean,
got a
both of
Huskies.
these teams have really won a lot of close games. I mean, Washington 7 straight games winning by a touchdown or less. Texas had a stint where they were going to double overtime with Kansas State. I mean, both of these teams are battle tested. Obviously, Texas had a very dominating performance against a little bit of an overwhelmed Oklahoma State team. I don't know who to go with. This is a coin flip game for me.
I think I'm with Connor and the Huskies due to the fact I think Texas was very battle tested in the beginning of the year. Obviously, won on the road, had a great win in Tuscaloosa, but since then, I don't know that they've played a lot of great teams. I mean, Washington's pretty much played Oregon, and you could say it's probably by far and away the best team they've played, but they beat them twice.
Yep.
And I think Oregon is better than anyone else Texas has played outside of Alabama.
This is a team. This Washington team is a team that puts up points. This game's not going to have much defense. This game is going to be points central, and who puts up points better than Michael Penix Jr. in college football?
Is that a Quinn Ewers, baby? Give me the horns.
No, damn
Oh
it.
no!
The
Boo.
NCAA wants the Alabama-Texas rematch.
You're right, but boo.
Texas wins.
Did you guys see McAfee's pick on College Game Day where he sang the whole Georgia song?
Georgia,
He was
they
like,
picked Bama.
just kidding, I'm going with Alabama. So good.
All right, gents. So between your finals matchup, for Ryan, it's Alabama, Texas. For us, Robbie, it's Alabama, Washington. Who are we going with?
Roll Tide. I'm not going
against my school.
I'm not picking against them. And I do think that they're good enough to win the whole thing. Georgia is probably still the most talented team top to bottom in college football this year. And they just beat them in Georgia. That was not a comfortable win, but they were in control of that game. Alabama can beat anyone this year, surprisingly, considering how bad they looked after week 3.
And for me, if it is the Alabama-Texas matchup, there is no way in hell Saban lets an assistant
Sark
beat
him
him
twice.
twice in a year. Just not happening. That is a different Jalen Milroe and offense than Texas saw in week 2. It's not happening.
Yeah.
Bama, 100%
Not.
wins against Texas.
So,
No,
Picking the whole thing? Okay.
Robbie, just because you don't have the faith doesn't mean I don't. Michael,
Okay, all right.
I've been saying it since what?
He
Week
has
2, week
been
3.
King
It is
Loser.
Michael
King
Penix
Loser.
season. Washington has a date with destiny. Robbie, if you don't believe it, it's okay because I'll take over the belief for you.
I vaguely
They go all the
remember
way.
you saying it was Bo Nix season, not that long
It's
ago.
never
Can we
been Bo
get
Nix
a clip of
season.
that? That's
Robbie,
just
it's
not-
never been Bo Nix
I
season.
said that.
Okay, all right.
That was me. I was
The Washington Huskies put up so many points. Maybe not against Bama, but definitely against Texas, and I think it gets them there against Bama. And I think Bama's defense is overwhelmed. I think Penix just ... going down the field, 60-yard bomb,
Connor,
touchdown. It's crazy.
You literally picked Oregon the first time they played.
What are you talking about? Okay, Washington to win the entire thing. Before we move on from
It wasn't me. Someone
it's-
clip that.
between the bowl games and the CFP, is there anything further that you guys would like to address before we move on?
Everyone be watching the Iowa-Tennessee game over under.
Shit, that is a sicko mode game. I forgot about that one.
If you watch the game as a neutral fan, you are a true fan of college football.
Jeez,
And
man.
a sicko. And just a straight up sicko.
We can move on now. I just wanted to get that.
Yeah. I have one quick headline revolving around college football. So, purportedly, Marvin Harrison Jr. is undecided about declaring for the NFL draft
Bullshit.
and may
Just
return
incorrect.
to
You didn't
Ohio
have to
State.
bring that up. You didn't have to
No,
bring
he's
that up.
not. It's such a
That's what it was reported. It was reported
What's he gonna be
today.
at the fucking Heisman ceremony? And they got it was when he was doing Heisman stuff. They got one game off. He's gonna be like, "Yeah, man, I'm just ready to go to the NFL, fucking ball out." Nah, he's not gonna say that. They still got a game to go.
Yeah, well,
Whatever.
I'm just saying what
Also,
we reported.
I will say average ticket prices for the national championship, obviously still undecided who plays. It's an NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas. The lowest, not average, lowest available ticket is $1,300.
Yep. I looked earlier too. I was
God.
curious.
Very,
Wow.
very high for undecided uh, national championship. So
Yeah.
look for those to drop if Washington wins and to go
Yeah.
up if Texas wins.
Yeah,
Uh,
Michigan and Alabama will travel equivalently, but Washington, Texas is going to be your deciding factor on ticket prices there. So if you want to go to the game
Correct.
and not pay an arm and a leg, you better be cheering for the Huskies.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to move on here past college football. We're going to get into the NFL and the NFL preview for the week. There is a game currently happening right now between the New England Patriots and the Pittsburgh Steelers, where the Patriots are currently up 21-10.
So the over's almost hit in the first half.
Yeah. But you know how this preview works at this
Whoever
point.
did hit, brother, is 30.5.
I can't do math. Please be patient.
Yeah, anytime you hear bookies in Vegas talking about how free of an under something is, one of those quarterbacks is going to turn into prime Tom Brady. It's really quite that
Oh,
simple.
yeah, 100%.
Especially if they have a Patriots uniform on. Come on.
Yep.
So if you haven't been with us before, let me recap it real quick how we do the previews. We pick our favorite spreads of the week, and we also pick our favorite over-under of the week, select over or under. To get us started, gentlemen, I'm going to go with my my favorite spread of the week, and I'm actually between two here. Two interesting games, and I think I'm going to go with I'm going to let someone else have the other one. I'm going to go with the 9-3 Detroit Lions
Yeah, that's a great pick.
with a spread of 3.5 over the 4-8 Chicago Bears. The Bears are bad, and the Lions are kind of cooking. So I think that we have to go with the Detroit Lions there to cover that 3.5 point spread there.
I like that pick, Connor.
I really like that pick. I'm going to get a little bit surgical on mine too. This is going to be in the 1 p.m. slot. It's going to be the 8-4 Jags against the 7-5 Browns. This is a battle of two teams hoping for playoff wins. The Jags are undefeated away, but the Browns are 5-1 at home. So this is unmovable object versus
unstoppable force versus an immovable. Yeah, you got it. You nailed it.
That one. We got Cleveland favored by 3 in this matchup. I think the Jags are a better team. They kind of got embarrassed a little bit against the Bengals, but I anticipate the Jags to cover this game. Also, over under is set at 32.5. So it's going to be a really interesting game. I think they're anticipating some not so great weather up there, but give me the Jags to cover 3.
I'm going to be a little bit of a hater here.
Damn.
The Cowboys favored by 3.5 against an Eagles team that just got embarrassed last week. They're going to be fired up. I know Jalen Hurts is a little banged up. I think if the line was 2.5, I'd be much less willing to take this, but I could absolutely see the Cowboys winning this game by 3. And I can absolutely see the Eagles winning this game outright. So I like the Eagles at plus 3.5.
I'm really interested for this game because the Cowboys, for the first time since I've been watching the NFL, have actually had a home field advantage. It used to be back in the Romo and early Dak days, the Cowboys would go 500 at home all the time. So I don't know what's turned around in Jerry world, but I think it'll be a very, very good game.
Can I just say, I hate when the NFL starts doing 2 Monday night games. I know they do the first week of the season, and then it's on huge college football, and it's let's do 2 more. It's no, I just want to watch one game on Monday night. They're watching football all weekend. Come on.
Thank you. Oh my God. See, this is this is why we have podcasts together. People are like, no, I like it. I was like, no, I hate having 2 games on Monday night. It's annoying. So yeah, we'll go to the over under now. I'm gonna pick a bit of a sleeper here. Sorry, I just saw a stat real quick, and I just have to read it out. Desmond Ridder has 8 touchdowns and 8 interceptions on the season.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
Remember when you
surprised by something?
Remember when you said that Falcons team was going to win 10 games?
I said they would win their division and also win 10 games.
They might win the division. That's not out of the picture. It's not.
Speaking of the Atlanta Falcons, I'm going to go with the over-under for the game between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Falcons is 40.5. I will be selecting the under for that game. Neither of these teams necessarily, quote-unquote, score at will. And last week, the Falcons had a sicko mode game against the Jets where the final score was 13-8. So I don't really expect much more of this week. So I'll be taking the under on the Bucs and the Falcons.
I'm going to stay with the 1 p.m. slot, go back to the AFC North for a little bit more. We got the Rams and the Ravens playing in Baltimore. Rams coming to visit the Ravens. Rams with a healthy Matt Stafford have actually looked a little scary in the past couple weeks. The over-under is set at 39.5 with Baltimore favored by over a touchdown. I'm going to take the over on this one.
I will say that Baltimore has flown really under the radar as a 9-win team. I feel like people are not talking enough about the Ravens and how well, especially Lamar's been playing really well.
Done. Yeah, they're just getting it done.
Without Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews hasn't been playing, which is like.
I mean, Isaiah Likely's good, but he's no Mark Andrews.
That's what I'm saying.
The Ravens are 6 of the last 7 and lost an absolute heartbreaker to the Browns.
Yeah, I'm going to go out and take another under, also from the NFC South, involving my favorite team, who is incapable of scoring points. The Panthers and Saints played to a 20-17 game in I think week 2 or 3. The over/under is set at 37.5 because odds makers know that that's what they got to last time. This Panthers offense might be worse than it was when that game was played. I don't really know how, but they seem like they're worse. The Panthers aren't scoring more than 10 points. I'd be shocked.
Hey, Jonathan Mingo and Chuba have been playing a little bit better.
That's not saying a lot.
Yeah, I know.
God, you guys are terrible.
I appreciate you trying to give me some hope in what has been an abysmal season.
This is insane.
We're
gross.
Y'all are.
Thank you for that number 33 pick, baby. Got it on lock.
Holy crap. So yeah, is there obviously we talked about it a little bit before, but I think kind of the most interesting game of the week, especially division wise, is the Eagles versus the Cowboys.
I mean, we also got the Chiefs Bills.
Yeah. But the Bills are 6-6. I'm talking record wise. I think
But that game's going to be great because it's just they're going to make sure that it is. Can we talk about the pass interference that got missed in the Chiefs game on Monday night? Yeah. That was really bad. I did see someone say that. Well, it was MVS. The rest probably just decided it was uncatchable as soon as it was coming in his direction.
Dude, what game was that where he just? Oh my god! Was that
so
2 weeks ago?
It was Chiefs Eagles.
Dude, and then after Mahomes was like, "Yeah, I threw that a little too far," and I was like, "Dude, don't even try to be nice right now. That was insane."
I was like, "It's one of the worst secondaries in football."
Oh
and
my god!
Yeah,
he just dropped it. It was I can't believe that play.
Sorry,
I love the camera just lagging, trying to catch up with you, moving your head all around.
I have a fucking Velcro strip under my desk. It's attached to Ethernet cable, and it just keeps getting caught on my foot.
God, Zeke is cooking tonight. 10 carries for 20 yards.
Zeke's been kind of cooking.
10
which
carries.
is what?
Hell yeah.
So yeah, to quickly, I have one NFL headline real quick. So former San Francisco 49ers kicker Robbie Gould has retired from football as the NFL's 10th all-time leading scorer. So congratulations to Mr. Gould, and hopefully he enjoys retirement. He kicked a lot of field goals. He kicked a lot of extra points. Very good kicker. Yep. Very good. 10th he's top 10 all-time leading scorer. So yeah, in terms of the NFL, that is all that I have. We'll be getting into the NBA. I have a few little NBA games just to spice it up a little bit. I don't know what the hell's going on out there.
God, get these people at the studio.
I know that's what I'm saying.
Airtime.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, let's talk about the NBA a little bit. Here's a little game for you, gentlemen. I'm going to give you 5 players. I'm going to just tell you their name, and you're going to give me the percentage chance you think they have of making the NBA Hall of Fame, and I will compare it to what is on basketballreference.com.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And no Price is Right rules. I hate Price is Right rules. So just whoever's legitimately closer, I'm going to give you 5 players, and whoever wins the most out of the 5 players. This was inspired last night, actually, because I was watching the game between the Clippers and the Nuggets. And Doris Burke was on commentary, and she said that all 4 of the guys that were on the floor for the Clippers were future Hall of Famers, that being Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden. And I started thinking, and I was like, is that really true? And so I went to Basketball Reference. So I won't give you those guys, but I went to Basketball Reference and I was like, guys, surely Kawhi has to be higher. I thought PG was going to be way down there. Paul George is ahead of Kawhi.
I do remember Kawhi really low for some reason. I remember last time we looked at it.
Paul George hasn't won anything.
The video that lives rent free in my head about Kawhi Leonard is in the 2012 or 2011 NBA Finals when LeBron's at the free throw line and he makes the first one, steps back, and they Spurs sub in. You just see Ron man fuck me as Kawhi gets subbed in. Dude, Kawhi is 22 or something like that.
That's what I'm saying. But Paul, okay, if we want to look at it objectively, Kawhi Leonard, has a championship, which he carried that Toronto Raptors team to. Two championships, but I'm talking about the Toronto Raptors one. That he carried that team to. He's won NBA Most Valuable Player in the finals twice.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He has like 5 or 6 defensive first teams or whatever. He has these NBA, and granted, Paul George has some defensive and has all NBA teams and whatever, but he's never been to a championship. He's been to the Western Conference Finals, and maybe that's it. It's just insane to me why is Paul George ahead of Kawhi?
He dragged a couple of pretty bad Pacers teams to the Eastern Conference.
He was good. Right. I mean, he won a Most Improved player, but I'm
an A1 PG.
Paul George.
Facts. Yeah.
I think there's a lot of grace thrown his way how he recovered from that horrific leg injury.
And
which he deserves all in the world. I mean, there's very few people in the world who you think could come back and play to the level that he has with that.
Mm-hmm.
But Connor's right. He hadn't done shit. He hadn't left his mark on the league.
Especially compared to Kawhi. It was I get it. Westbrook, MVP, triple-double, all-time, Harden, MVP, I get it. I get both those guys being ahead of Kawhi, but how is PG ahead of Kawhi? That makes no sense in terms of Hall of Fame probability. But regardless.
I see no ball.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So regardless, we're gonna play this game real quick. I'll give you guys, and you're just gonna give me what you think the percentage is, whoever's closer. So are you gentlemen ready?
I think so.
Here's an interesting one for you. Here's an interesting one for you, gentlemen. John Wall. What do you think John Wall's percentage is to get into the Hall of Fame, the Basketball Hall of Fame?
You want to go first? You want me to go first?
I'll go first. It's not that high. It can't be. He's been in the league a while. He didn't do shit in Washington. I mean, it was just the Wizards were just never that great. I want to go with nice round number 30, just because I kind of want to get a feeling for where these rankings are putting some of these dudes.
Yeah, right. I was gonna give John Wall a little bit more credit. I had 41 in my head. It was the first number that popped in my head.
Okay,
so I got 41.
All right. Ryan is the winner of this round. It was 32.39% was the official.
So it was between the two of us.
Yeah. So Ryan got to hit that.
We know ball.
Right, yeah, a little bit. So we're going to go with – here's the next one for you. We're going to go with Blake Griffin. Where do you think Blake Griffin is currently at in his career of Hall of Fame? Or probably
I have a question about the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. Do they consider your college as well? Because they're just the Basketball Hall of Fame.
That is a very good question, actually.
That was what I was thinking about John Wall, too, because John Wall was obviously fantastic at Kentucky.
Very good question.
Same with Blake Griffin in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
It's not just NBA. It includes all basketball, including overseas, college, and pros. Because Bobby Knight is in the Naismith Hall of Fame. Okay, that's what I was thinking.
I did remember that. It's not
I was
just
thinking
an NBA
that.
Hall of Fame.
That was why I was thinking John Wall. I was like, okay, John Wall won a national championship at Kentucky and was a very good player. So
if I was thinking that for Wall, I actually probably would have gone higher.
Yep.
It's very good.
Anyway, sorry. Just continue.
Very good question. Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin in his, I guess, his whole career, where do we think Blake Griffin is percentage-wise, probability-wise?
You want to go first, Rob?
I can go first this time. Another one, I don't think it's very high. I feel like it's probably higher than John Wall.
Yeah.
I think Blake Griffin, was a part of that Lob City team that's, obviously a very iconic style of play, kind of did their own thing, won some dunk contests, is going to be remembered well. I'm going to go... I don't think he's at a 50-50 shot. I would put it at 47.
Yeah, I think Rob's right in the ballpark. I think Blake's prime and his energy was great. I mean, definitely Hall of Fame worthy. It just wasn't long enough. The injuries derailed him. The Clippers team disbanded after, a couple of failed attempts to the Western Conference Finals. He didn't work out really well with Detroit, but he's actually really revamped his career. When he went to Brooklyn, is was playing a lot better. I think Rob's right. I think 41%. I'm going to go with Rob's first guess. I like 41%. I feel like that's a good number for Blake.
Robbie, did you say 57?
47.
You said 47. It's actually Robbie is the winner of this round. It's 54% actually for Blake Griffin.
Not enough respect for Blake.
Doesn't seem like. So it's one apiece right now, gentlemen. I'm going to give you to someone who I just talked about. What do you think Kawhi Leonard's percentage chances to get
I
into the
remember
Hall of Fame.
last time looking at it, I was surprised at where he was.
Right.
Ryan, you go first this time.
It's like personally, I feel like Kawhi's got to be 80 plus. So if it's got to be kind of insulting, it would be like high 50s to low 60s. So I'm gonna go 58%.
I don't think it was that insulting. I want to say 73.
Robbie wins again. It was 78% for
Okay.
Kawhi
Wow.
Leonard.
Wow. Okay,
But
I'm
that
really
still
I'm
feels-
really undershooting.
That still feels too low for Kawhi.
Yes,
personally,
it
in my
is.
head, Kawhi's like in the high 80s at
Yes,
least.
correct.
Yeah.
Yes. Here's a fun, reason, interesting one. So 2 wins to Robbie right now, 1 to Ryan. Mike Conley. Where's Mike Conley at in terms of the Hall of Fame?
I feel like we're about to disrespect the shit out of Mike Conley here. I don't know why.
I mean, Mike Conley to me just didn't have the peak that any of these dudes that we've mentioned.
Yeah.
But he's been so consistent. Like he was never
Yeah.
really hurt. He was a cornerstone of those Grizzlies teams. But like you don't think of him as an all NBA player. Like I don't even know how many times he made like an all-star team. Like I wouldn't, maybe a couple, like as a third string.
Let's see here. I'll give you that just for both your reference. Mike Conley has, let's see, how many All-Star appearances. Mike Conley has made an All-Star team once. He has only been an All-Star once.
And you got to think that like John Wall made an All NBA team. Blake Griffin in his prime definitely made an All NBA team. I think Conley's got to be somewhere in the realm of like 15 to 20%. So I'm going to go 18%. I feel it's disrespectful because he's like a really like good point guard of the generation, but just not elite.
I was going to go a little higher. I was thinking like 27.
Ryan, you are the winner. In fact, Mike Conley's probability is 0.8%.
Okay.
To
Wow,
make the
that's-
Basketball Hall of Fame.
That's all
rude.
fucked.
That's rude.
It's disrespectful. All right, it's 2-2. Let's see if we can. Let's see what you're thinking here. We are going to go with Klay Thompson for the last one here.
I get some good ones, Connor.
Yeah, these are some thinkers.
Klay Thompson, part of those Warriors teams, vital part, integral part.
I can go first this time. I feel like Ryan's gone first the last couple of times. I feel like Clay's gonna be closer to the Kawhi than he should be. I'm gonna go with just a fun number here. We're gonna go with 69.
Yeah, I think Clay's going to benefit from the Steph effect. Obviously, for being one of the greatest, if not greatest, spot up shooters of all time.
I mean, he's gonna end up. Is he gonna end up second all time in 3-pointers? Is he close enough to those guys?
Yeah, he might.
Let's look.
Obviously known for his shooting ability, but also was a key defender.
He's not close at all. Clay is 1, 2,
10.
3, 4. Yeah,
Clay's
10th
10.
right now. He's also played so many less games than everyone on this list outside of Dame. Clay's only played 736 games.
Yeah.
Jesus. Like 10,
So,
11 full seasons.
Well, yeah, he's been hurt. He's had a few. I mean, he was hurt for last season, or I can't remember if it was 2 seasons ago. All right, Ryan.
So Clay is actually just another fun stat here. So in terms of 3-pointers made per game, Steph is the most at 3.9, and then there's a 3-way tie at second. You should know 2 of them.
Clay and Ray.
Nope, it's more modern. The other modern guy, Dame.
Dame.
Then there's one other guy that's tied. Also a modern player, still playing right now.
Braun?
Nope, he played at Oklahoma for college. Buddy Hield
Damn.
has
that
made
is a hell-
3.1 threes per game over his career.
That's
I
great.
wasn't familiar with your game.
Yeah, with Buddy Hield's game.
Buddy Hield's game.
Wow.
I'm gonna go 75%.
75%. And the winner of the NBA Hall of Fame predictor is Robbie Bergstone. Klay Thompson is at an even 70%. So he was 1% away. Actually.
We were right around that, yeah.
Yeah, you did well, except for the Mike Conley one.
Yeah, Mike
That's
Conley fucked us
crazy
up
to
for real. Yeah.
That's wild. So yeah, that was a little bit of a fun game. Congratulations, Robbie. We're going to move into the NBA regular season standings and talk a little bit about the teams that are on top of the conferences, and obviously also the NBA in-season tournament is in full effect. Currently, the semifinals are happening in Las Vegas, and it's actually creating. Props to Adam Silver yet again. Whenever he has one of these ideas, he tries it out, and it works because he's an actual commissioner that cares about the game.
And the players are actually enjoying it too. Like
I
KD
know,
was
yeah.
even saying, he was like, I didn't think I was going to enjoy this, but like this has been fun. Like,
Yeah, it creates like a playoff environment. Like it's Adam Silver is obviously one of the only current respected commissioner in sports, and I feel like that's for a reason.
The baseball one's been good.
Yeah, true. I guess. No, he hasn't.
He's been fine.
All right. On top of
the rule changes, I've enjoyed.
it's fair. I also think Goodell gets a worse rap than he deserves. Like the NFL is the most watched sports, like professional sports league in the U.S.
that doesn't have anything to do with him. That has nothing to do with him.
You can say that, but
hate
it does inherently at the end of the day.
Yeah. So on top of the Eastern Conference right now is the Boston Celtics with a record of 15-5. Trailing them is the Milwaukee Bucks at 15-7. Gentlemen, we have to talk about the number 3 slot. The Orlando Magic are in the number 3 spot with a 14-7 record. Paolo Banchero just carrying that team on his back. That's just something that you do not expect to see nowadays. Currently going down for the rest of the top 6 here, the automatic playoff bids. The Philadelphia 76ers are at the 4 slot at 13-7. The New York Knicks are at the 5 slot at a 12-8 record, and the Indiana Pacers are at the 6th slot with a 12-8 record. So notable teams out of that. Right below there in the number 7 spot is the Miami Heat. The Cavs are down there. But like I said, a lot of these records, it's still early. A lot of these records are pretty close. So, I mean, the standings could shift at any given moment. But yeah.
We got some familiar faces in the basement of the East. We're not too shocked for a lot of those goobers.
Hornets, Wizards, Pistons.
Yeah.
we knew those 3 teams.
Not shocked.
No one was surprised at all.
No, the Pistons with a 2-19 record, not winning a single game. The Texas Rangers had more wins in the month of November than the Detroit Pistons did.
That's abysmal. That's really bad.
Yeah, they won the World Series game. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty insane. And then on the Western side, some surprises on the West side. On top of the conference at a 16-4 record, the Minnesota Timberwolves. What the hell? Number 2. The Oklahoma City Thunder at a 13-7 record. The defending champs at a 14-8 record. The number 3 slot with the Denver Nuggets. The Dallas Mavericks are number 4 with a 12-8 record. Lakers are the number 5 with 13-9, and then the Sacramento Kings are the 6th slot with an 11-8 record. As Ryan said, some familiar faces in the basement of the West with the Blazers, the Spurs, the Jazz. Grizzlies are really bad. Without it's crazy. I didn't think they would be this bad, to be honest, but it's
Desmond Bain is doing what he fucking can, and it's just simply not enough.
Yeah, it's just
you really thought like with Marcus Smart they'd be able to stay afloat until
that's what I mean.
back.
Yeah, exactly. It's bad. Clippers are kind of finishing 10-10. Obviously, with the Harden trade, they still got a lot they got to figure out. The Rockets, I mean, they've only lost 9 games so far. That's pretty impressive for the Rockets.
It's pretty crazy. You look at the 2 seed through the 11th seed in the West. That's separated by 3.5 games.
Yeah,
the West doing West shit.
Yeah, the West is going to come down to the very last game again. And it's going to be like 4 teams vying for it. I mean, it's super competitive all the time.
Yeah. So let me. Sorry, I did not have this pulled up. Let me pull up the.
Who breaks their losing streak first? The Pistons or the Spurs? Pistons at 18 in a row, and the Spurs at 15 in a row.
God, that's so bad. The Spurs,
probably
like only because of Popovich.
Do they play each other?
Yeah, right.
So, and currently in the in-season tournament, their one team is already in the quote-unquote championship in Las Vegas. The Indiana Pacers, who were the number 2 seed within the little 8 team bracket, 2 seed on the East side, within the little 18 bracket. They are in the finals. They ended up beating Milwaukee 128-119. And one of the other semifinal game is currently being played. Actually, it's between the Los Angeles Lakers and the New Orleans Pelicans. Whoever wins that will go and play the Pacers in the championship, which will be, I think that's on is that tomorrow? That is tomorrow. The championship will be tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. I think that's Central Time. So yeah,
the Pacers Bucks was also the highest over/under in the history of the NBA.
What do you mean?
Like betting wise, like it was the highest
really?
over/under ever posted. Yeah, I think it was 237.
Damn. Interesting.
That's crazy.
Yep.
That is crazy. So yeah, we will see who wins. I'm going to predict the Lakers. I think the Lakers are going to walk away with the in-season championship. Yeah,
They gotta have Bron in the championship the first
little
season.
Bron action.
Come on, now, come on.
All right.
Something
so
that Jordan doesn't have. Wink.
yeah.
Sorry, I misspoke. The over under in that game was 257.
Okay. Yeah. 2/3. I was like
37 seemed real low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They know those numbers look alike.
Circle your calendars, all NBA sickos, for Wednesday, January 10th, when the San Antonio Spurs travel to Detroit to take on the Pistons.
Y'all want to fly to Detroit for that one?
No. Why go to Detroit when we can go to Charlotte, the next team the Spurs play, on January 12th on a Friday
God
night?
Almighty.
Let's go, baby.
Oh man.
Anyways.
So yeah, that's all I got for the NBA in terms of actual standings and stuff. But quick little, I'm gonna throw you another quick little NBA game real quick. We've done this one before. It's 20 questions. It's just I've assigned each of you a player, and it's 20 questions. You guys narrow, you ask me questions to narrow this player down, and then whoever has had to ask the least amount of questions wins. So Robbie, we're gonna come to you first. Hit me with it.
Current player,
Yes.
Eastern Conference.
Yes.
I can't think of the division names. Hold on. Yeah, pull that up.
You casual.
Yeah, you are.
I know. My
Filthy.
apologies.
Absolutely gross.
Absolutely gross.
The Atlantic Division.
Yes.
We're cooking. The 76ers.
Yes.
I wouldn't be
Wow.
shocked if he's just saying yes to everything you ask and see where we land on.
Tyrese Maxey.
No.
Damn it, that would have been sick.
That would have been crazy.
Damn it, Ryan. I should have done that for a TikTok clip. I should have done that. Damn.
Go back.
Go back. Joel Embiid.
No.
Oh goodness, that's a tough scene. That is a tough scene. Let me think here. Let me cook. Tobias Harris.
Yes, it is Tobias Harris. That was way too quick. I didn't think he's gonna get it that fast. So what was that? 6, so 14 points. Congrats. You only asked 6 questions there, so that was pretty impressive. Ryan, you're gonna have to turn in a hell of a performance here. So let's get into it. Go ahead.
I'm just gonna shoot one from the hip real quick. Donovan Mitchell.
It's not, but I really respect that.
I like where your head's at. I like where your head's
that
at
a lot, but it's not.
All right, active player.
Yes.
I mean, I can't be doing that if I got to beat Rob. Fuck, I really just
That's
got
what
to
I'm
take
saying.
shots in the dark.
You're already wasted.
Western Conference.
Yes.
The Northwest Division.
I got what it. Sorry. No.
Southwest Division.
No.
That's tough.
It's a tough scene.
Pacific Division.
Yes, and you have to guess now. it's high with him if you get it right.
Go Bron.
Anthony Davis.
It's not Anthony Davis. That's a. All right, keep going now. Just
Phoenix Suns.
no,
Clippers.
no,
Kings.
no.
Warriors.
Yes.
God. How much are we at? Is that 11?
Yeah.
That's another question.
Okay.
What the hell?
Front court.
Yes.
Draymond Green.
No.
I guess Clay is technically in the front court. Yeah,
Is that a
Clay
guess?
Thompson.
No.
Kuminga, Jonathan Kuminga.
No.
Okay, well, I'm just is he relevant? Do I know who this person is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is he relevant?
Andrew Wiggins.
No.
Okay, Connor, I'm out of players.
Damn. I thought
Robbie's got the roster up. Like, who am I missing? Connor, you're actually trolling me. Like,
I'm not sure. I swear to God.
Kevin Looney. Come on,
Yes,
Looney.
it's Kevon Looney. Yeah, it's Kevon.
I'm getting trolled.
Yeah, you did. You did get trolled.
I wasn't trying to troll.
Tobias Harris is way more relevant than Kevon Looney.
I would
guess
agree
that's
with that. Yeah, that's a good
Kevon
point.
Looney did start last year, but yeah, I forgot he hasn't like done anything this year. That's fair. Let's see.
Kind of pressed.
All right, Robbie, I'm gonna swing it over to you, my friend, because we're moving on from basketball. We're getting into a little hockey action, the NHL standings.
I tell you, I've watched so much hockey so far this
yeah?
year. By so much hockey, I haven't watched a single game of hockey yet.
Yeah.
I caught an Avs game. That was fun.
Oh yeah, you did. You did catch an Avs
There you
game. We'll run through the standings real quick.
Yeah.
I don't think there's too many big surprises at the top, so we'll go division by division here. So in the Eastern Conference, in the Atlantic Division, we have the Boston Bruins in first place again, coming off of obviously an NHL record in points last year, followed up by the Florida Panthers, who just made the Stanley Cup last year. And in third place, the Detroit Red Wings. A little bit surprising, but obviously
surprise out of the Atlantic. Yeah.
definitely a surprise, but obviously, a very good franchise. They were fantastic through the entire 2000s up until recently. So good to see them back. In the Metropolitan Division, the top three are the New York Rangers, best record in hockey right now, if I'm not mistaken, followed up closely by the Carolina Hurricanes, having another solid year. And then the Philadelphia Flyers, another surprise.
Also surprising.
Place.
Yep.
How are you feeling about the
coming off
Canes this year, Robbie?
No, I don't think they're playing as well as people expected them to. But you're in second place in the division. Like I feel like you're all right with that. Get to the Stanley Cup playoffs. Anything can happen.
A little
Last
surprised seeing the Penguins down at 11-11. They're like second from the bottom in the Metro. So that's
but
that's
they're
a tough
also
scene for them.
they're also pretty far ahead of the Columbus Blue Jackets, who are pretty bad. So
yeah, go Ohio.
Yeah,
most irrelevant U.S. sports franchise,
major sports franchise. Yeah, I think that's
Columbus Blue Jackets.
In the Central Division of the Western Conference, we have the Colorado Avalanche in first place, followed closely by the Dallas Stars in second place. And then again, another surprise in third place, we have the Winnipeg Jets in third place.
Because the Blackhawks are in dead last.
I was gonna mention the Blackhawks. Obviously, Connor Bedard. There's also been a lot of rumblings happening recently with the Chicago Blackhawks. Had to let go one of their veterans, and we won't go into the rumors, but there were some rumors. They have denied that those rumors were true. But he was kicked off the team. Then we go to the Pacific Division. First place, the defending Stanley Cup champion Golden Knights. I think I'm wearing the hat right now. Then followed up by the Los Angeles Kings and then Vancouver Canucks in third place. Another disappointing team this year, the Oilers, have been playing better since they fired their manager. But a lot of people expect them to be competing for the Stanley Cup, and they're 1-9 in their last 10 games. So
that's brutal.
Yep.
That's a tough one.
Brother, what are you looking at?
Oh, sorry, I was one too far down. 7-3.
That's the other.
I was about to say they've won 5 straight.
I was thinking that I'd seen that you're playing better with the new manager. I was like, 1-9 doesn't make any sense. I was one line too far down. My apologies.
Damn it, Robbie.
Dingus.
So those are your NHL standings. So
Hell
I think the top two teams in each division probably expected, but then it gets a little interesting after that. So we'll see what happens.
We'll do our NHL update in a month. So just to keep all the hockey.
I'll start watching hockey, so I know what I'm talking about next.
Yeah. Speaking of resident experts, Ryan here is in fact our baseball resident expert, and there was something that did happen this past week that was big in the world of baseball. Juan Soto was officially traded from the San Diego Padres to the New York Yankees. Ryan, what do you make of this trade?
Yeah, the Yankees gave a lot of people up as they do. They like it in the big names. Trades. They were looking for an everyday left-handed outfielder, and they went and got him. There are about 10 to 15 teams that came to the Padres calling for Juan Soto, and of course the Yankees once again come out on top. I think they traded 7 players.
Yep.
Not to be mistaken. I'm actually pulling all this from memory. I'm not even looking at the guy I read about this earlier. I think it was a great trade for the Padres, continuing to build their farm system. I think people expected Soto to be a little bit better in San Diego than he was. So I think the Yankees are hoping they could turn that around. The Yankees also signed, and I forget his name, but it was a starting outfielder from the Red Sox. I think they traded away 3 players to get him.
Verdugo.
Yes, thank you.
Alex Verdugo.
So yeah, the Yankees shored up their outfield very quickly. And I saw an awful article, and when I say awful, I hated the title of it, but it goes as such: Why Ohtani is doing himself and his sport a disservice. And it was just a sports journalist being a bitch about the fact that Ohtani has not like talked about where he's going to go next. He's
Bro,
like,
baseball writers are the fucking worst. I hate baseball writers.
it's like 3 to 4 months of, let's see his short journey through free agency could have been a celebration of baseball. Ohtani has more leverage than any player ever. Everybody wants him. This should be really fun. Instead, his decision is being handled like a delicate negotiations over a spy swap. I'm like, dude, let the guy that's not American enjoy his offseason and decide what he wants to do that's best for him and his family. Like, not everyone has to be LeBron, hold a broadcast about the decision. Like, it's,
and let's not forget that it's like Shohei Ohtani can go wherever he wants and make as much money as he wants. He wants to make sure he's in the right spot for him.
Yeah, like why does everyone have to be involved with that? As soon as it's announced, that's all ESPN's going to talk about for a week. Yeah. Just be patient.
Don't forget that baseball writers are actually the ones who decide who get in the Hall of Fame too. So like, no, the entire steroid era, like we're not going to get any of the best players from one of the most exciting eras of baseball ever.
Barry Bonds.
Because baseball writers have a giant stick up their ass and have to be worried about the integrity of the game, even though, at times steroids were not as, banned as they were now.
That was how they played the game.
Was a top 3 hitter before steroids of all time.
That's what I mean.
Correct. Baseball writers, like if you're like anywhere near, I don't remember the name of that report that came out that like it essentially like gave up all the guys taking it. Like if you're anywhere near that report, they won't put you in the Hall of Fame, which is ridiculous. It's so dumb.
Pete Rose is banned, but I'm at the Red Stadium and I see DraftKings, MGM, and Caesars all have advertising in the outfield.
Pete Rose is not allowed in the DraftKings Hall of Fame. So the MLB Hall of Fame presented by DraftKings.
So good.
That was actually I can't take credit for that. That was an Onion article that came out, but it was a little bit too real. It was a little bit too real,
dude.
But yeah, let Shohei Ohtani live. He's a person.
I just
that is part of his
stupid.
That's a part of his private life.
Also, as a guy that's like not from the U.S., like he probably wants to get to know the cities that he might be living in.
Yeah,
he doesn't know what the fuck's going on in Chicago. He's from Japan. Like, let the man go hang out in Chicago and see if it's for him.
Very fair point. But even though obviously we wouldn't want to push him or pressure him on his store, we can obviously, being the commentators that we are, we can speculate upon where Shohei Ohtani might end up. And I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot of Blue Jays recommendations, or it's
he wants to hang out with Drake, so
that'd be lit. Shohei and Drake,
shop, dude.
Shohei and Drizzy.
Crossover event of the century.
If you click on ESPN right now, there's a little thing that says MLB free agency, the drop down. There's 3 things. There's MLB free agency, winter meetings, and Shohei Ohtani tracker.
You guys want the live odds for where Shohei's going to go?
Yeah. Please, absolutely.
So the favorites are the Los Angeles Dodgers at minus 175.
Huge one, yeah.
Makes sense. In second place at plus 150 is the Toronto Blue Jays.
That's what I'm saying.
Followed up by the Los Angeles Angels at plus 700.
Those are
the San Francisco Giants plus 800, Cubs plus 1,000, Braves plus 2,000. Those are the only 6 teams I've seen any reports about.
The Giants,
above the Cubs. Yep. Why? I saw that there's a report that
thinking he might want to stay on the West Coast.
Yep. That's what I've heard. It's that he wants to stay closer to Japan. God, also, I think there's a higher concentration of Asian Americans on the West Coast. So
cultural too.
But just from a team perspective,
fair. Apparently the Braves still think they're in it. I'm like, I would be shocked.
They think the Braves would be fucking disgusting.
Be disgusting.
Gotta imagine.
Jesus Christ.
Acuna and Ohtani. Yeah, let's say
no way.
So yeah, we'll obviously keep you updated through the Shohei Ohtani tracker.
You want to know who's in last place, and this is not going to come as a surprise. The Oakland Athletics are
I got it
plus 25,000.
God Almighty!
If he signed with the A's, it would break baseball. Actually, fucking break baseball.
That'd be really funny.
But they're going. Hey, they're going to Vegas.
Vegas.
Remember that. Remember that.
They don't have a home stadium. Like they just
They don't need it.
they just don't have one. They just don't have.
They
One.
don't need it. It's fine.
They might be playing in a AAA ballpark like here in the near future because like they
That's
did not renew
hilarious.
their lease in Oakland.
That's wild.
Yep.
So yeah, one last headline before we move on to the last thing that we're doing. Robbie being the as long as you're our hockey expert, but you're also our golf expert. So I'll throw it over to you after I read out this headline.
Golf is a little bit more fair than hockey, but
yeah. Masters champion John Rahm has agreed to leave the PGA Tour for the Saudi Arabian financed Live Golf League. He announced Thursday the deal is believed to be longer than 3 years, is worth more than $300 million, and will include an ownership stake for Rahm and a new Live Golf team, according to sources. And he came out and he basically said, I'm aware of the backlash I'm going to get. I'm aware of how bad, kind of this looks, but he's
did he say that while he had like money signs over his eyes?
Oh, yeah.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I mean, like these guys are only doing this for the money, and I kind of get it at the end of the day. Like $300 million for a contract to golf is unheard of. Versus in the past, you had to go out and win tournaments, and like if you win a big tournament, you're winning a couple mil. But like that's 100 tournaments you have to win, which no one's done other than like Tiger Woods recently. So actually, he doesn't even have 100 tournament wins. He has like 80 something. So I mean, like I get it. I don't think they have much of a backbone, but also I'm still confused because obviously the PGA and Live were going to merge at one point.
Yeah.
I still don't understand like what's going on with that.
No,
I don't
think
really
anybody does.
know. So I'm curious to see what happens with that. But I get it for the players. I just wish someone other than the Saudis were backing it.
Yeah.
Yep.
100%. So yeah, we are going to get into our last thing here, gentlemen. I have a bracket for you. This one's a goofy bracket. This one's just all fun. It's not. Obviously the Thanksgiving one got really passionate.
I think this one will too. Actually, I think we'll get into this one.
So basically, I went to NFL.com. And typically we do 16 team person whatever brackets. And I looked up what NFL.com rated as the top 100 players in the NFL.
Yep.
I put the top 16 players in a bracket. And I put 1v16, 2v15, and it's not who we think is the better football player. It's who do we think would win in a one-on-one pickup basketball game. Who do we think would win in a one-on-one basketball game between NFL players?
Me.
And so,
Sorry.
Your jump shot is kind of crazy.
That is.
It's actually insane because it's gross.
It's terrible,
Dude. If we lived in the same town, Ryan, we'd have to like join a rec league and just go hoop.
That would be
that would have to happen.
Go get embarrassed at the LA Fitness.
Dude, every time I go to LA Fitness, like when I used to go, if there are dudes in there shooting, I wouldn't go in. Like it had to be empty. Like, I don't want to get pulled into some pickup game that I'm gonna get dunked on. Like, I want to be part of that.
Run full court. I'm like, no, I'm gonna get fucking embarrassed.
1, don't run. 2, I'm gonna get dunked on. Like neither of these sound appealing to me.
I came here to get some cardio, not some dude's nuts in my face. It's really quite that simple.
You can do both at the same time.
To each their own. Yeah.
All right, our first matchup of the day. Our number one seeded, obviously Patrick Mahomes was the number one seed. So it's Patrick Mahomes versus.
Why is he the obvious number one seed?
You gave them their seeding based off their NFL 100 ranking.
Correct. Yeah.
Oh,
you just took
the
top 16 guys.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So Patrick,
continue.
So Patrick Mahomes versus Stephon Diggs is our first matchup. Right. So I think Mahomes has kind of got a jump shot. I'm not gonna lie.
There was a report that came out before he signed his giant contract that in his contract the Chiefs told him he could no longer play basketball.
Pickup basketball.
Because apparently Patrick Mahomes really enjoys playing pickup basketball. That's the only thing giving me pause here. And also, like, I think Mahomes also played baseball. Am I wrong? I think every quarterback I just like
play baseball. He was very good at baseball.
Yeah. So, like in my mind, like dude's a kind of an athlete. Like, I think Diggs would be too erratic. I feel like Diggs, like he's really fast. He's gonna be running like circles around Mahomes. But I don't see Diggs with like the like basketball skills to like beat Mahomes. That's just
I agree. I gotta go with Robbie. I got Mahomes.
I think Mahomes would win.
I gotta go with Mahomes too. Mahomes is moving.
I think Diggs would get bodied in the post too. Like I think Mahomes would just kind of dominate.
It's kind of cheeked up, you know.
Yeah. We got Micah Parsons versus Josh Allen.
Josh Allen, the quarterback, not the defensive end for the Jaguars.
Guys, it's Micah Parsons.
I know. It didn't matter. I just wanted to confirm that. Yeah, it's Micah Parsons.
Yeah, he's quite the athletic freak.
Yeah. You can't. What's Josh Allen going to do? Micah Parsons driving at you?
Probably has a gross jump shot. Like I'm saying gross as in not good. It just seems
Josh Allen or
like
Michael Parsons?
Parsons.
Yeah,
Yes.
agreed. Yeah,
Yeah.
Agreed.
I agree.
There's no shot that shit is smooth at all. At all.
It's not
Like,
wet.
we're sitting here talking shit about professional athletes and what
I
their
know we'd get
theoretical
killed.
jump shot might look like, but we're going to anyways. We're going to
He would
continue.
skunk me in whatever
Yeah.
sport he decided to
Yeah.
play.
All right, the next matchup is Travis Kelce versus Josh Jacobs. I don't know why. I feel like Travis Kelce is really bad at basketball. I have no reference. He's like tall as hell. I just feel like he's really awkward.
I'm gonna take Jacobs too, just because of the age factor as well. Like I feel like Jacobs is a little bit like fresher. Like Kelsey's looked
tall.
a little bit slow this year too.
This is true.
He's not looked
Yeah.
quite up to speed this year. Like if they're playing right now, I think I got Josh Jacobs.
Roll
All right,
Tide.
all right, Josh Jacobs. Sure.
Was Josh Jacobs one of the guys who used to go hoop at the rec? I don't remember.
I don't know.
The
probably.
Alabama basketball players had like an IM basketball team, Connor.
Oh,
They
God.
used yeah.
They would
There's a
all just
video-
run by me.
There's a video of Henry Ruggs out there somewhere like posterizing some poor frat dude in like the IM league, like
Yikes.
rising up and like dunking on this man.
Yikes.
And now he's in prison.
Okay.
Anyways.
There it is.
Thanks, Rob.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Rob.
Yeah.
Devontae Adams versus Nick Bosa.
Nick Bosa strikes me as one of those white guys that dribbles up here. Like when he's dribbling around, like he's dribbling up to like his like shoulder.
It's like, have you seen him do his like pregame warm ups? He's just like, I don't know. It just doesn't scream
Like that.
ball
Yeah,
to
yeah.
me.
No, it doesn't scream ball to me either. No, I would agree.
Devontae Adams got the smoothest crossover you've
Mhm.
ever seen.
He's got the Jamal Crawford crossover, and Bosa's
Yeah.
just actually shatter a knee.
But Bosa's gonna foul you the entire game. Like
Oh,
Bosa's
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
foul out so quickly in like a 5-on-5. He'd be out in like the first quarter. But
And you know Adams is calling every single foul because he likes. He kind of likes to bitch.
yeah, he would. He would
That's-
call
that's a
every
good
single
call.
foul.
We've got Jalen Hurts versus Trent Williams.
Jalen's
What
way too
is
fast.
that? What is that?
It's not my fault.
In a one-on-one, Jalen is way too fast for Trent Williams to be able to guard him. Way too fast.
Trent Williams is fast as fuck. For how big he is, the man is nuts.
For how big he is, and like I feel like Trent Williams could be a great basketball player, but like in a one-on-one setting, I don't know that he and like Jalen Hurts is strong enough to get through him still.
Yeah, he's smooth with it too.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, Trent Williams is him.
Yes.
He's
No disrespect. I would love that Trent Williams as my 5. Trent Williams as my 5. Dude, yeah, he'd be dominating. But
Trent Williams was a 4'8".
that is so impressive for how big he is.
ridiculous.
almighty.
Yeah, it's
Watching
dude
him
weighs-
Parsons is like is crazy.
That dude-
4'6". So it's not that big of a gap.
Consider that this man is over 100 pounds heavier than all of us and would smoke us in a race.
Oh, yeah,
like
100%.
smoke us in a race.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fucking mass.
It's a lot of mass.
Next matchup is Aaron Donald versus Joe Burrow.
Aaron Donald was the name that came to mind for me when I was like, who? Like, if I'm thinking about NFL players that would be good, it'd
baby.
be Aaron Donald.
Aaron
Yeah,
Donald.
yeah,
Joe
it's not even
Burrow's
close.
great.
Yeah,
This one's interesting just because it's two very different physical aspects. Tyreek Hill and Chris Jones. It's very different aspects of the game of basketball. You know, one's speed, one's strength. It's like it's very.
Tyreek is another one that like doesn't strike me as being like good at basketball.
Seems like
He's
erratic.
almost too fast to be good at basketball.
He's erratic, right? He's really good, like in a straight line, like fast break. He's out there blowing by everyone. But, like I don't know.
But
with
nothing
the ball in
about
his hands.
Chris Jones really strikes me as
That's
like
a
the
good point.
most coordinated man in the world.
That's fair.
I mean, he's playing in the NFL, right? Like this is just me, like couch sitting, saying that this man's not coordinated.
We get some chips in here. Chris Jones is not an athlete. Like
I don't know. That's a weird matchup.
it
It is
is.
a weird- I don't know why. I feel like Tyreek Hill can hoop. I don't know what it is. Something about
Okay.
Tyreek says he can.
I mean, the
hoop to
dude's
me.
a freak. Like,
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
sure,
I don't know
we'll go Reek.
All right. Fred Warner and Justin Jefferson.
I feel like J. Jeff is smooth.
I just feel like he wouldn't care. Like he just would focus. He was like, "I'm just
playing in the
football."
NFL. He just kind of goes out there.
I guess I wasn't thinking about their motivation levels. Like I'm just assuming like they're playing for
I
like
get you. How tall is
bag.
Fred Warner?
yeah.
Fred Warner. How tall is Fred Warner? Fred Warner 6'3". That's huge for a linebacker. Actually, Jetta is
Fred Warner is athletic as
He's 2'8".
shit.
Warner's 2 inches taller than Jefferson, which is kind of
I-
wild.
I got to give it to Fred.
I like it. I'll go with Fred.
I would have gone JJ because I feel like JJ has handles. Like I feel like he'd be like very like chill about it, but I feel like he'd have handles.
Yeah.
But Fred is so intelligent and just
He's
so
so smart.
Really smart. Yeah, he's a really smart guy.
He's him. I mean, he's probably the best overall all around linebacker in the league right now.
Best middle linebacker in the league. I don't think that's much of a.
Micah's different. It's a completely different linebacker.
Right, yeah, that's why I said middle linebacker. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, into our next round, real quick. We have Patrick Mahomes versus Micah Parsons.
You guys threw in the contract thing, and it's just got me all in my head now. That Mahomes could be in the G League.
He's a hooper.
that Mahomes might hoop.
I just wasn't familiar with that aspect of his game.
Yep.
I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like Micah Parsons is just like very similar to Nick Bosa, would just like foul the hell out of you.
Yeah,
like most of the game.
I feel like he's smoother than Bosa.
Yeah.
I don't know.
This one's hard. Mahomes is something saying Patty's gonna. I think he's gonna get defeated next round, but something's telling me Mahomes is gonna get.
I feel like Mahomes would hit just a lot of mid-range jumpers in this one-on-one.
Yeah.
Like he'd just get one step away and pull up.
Yeah. All right,
Josh, Patrick Mahomes basketball highlights.
Oh no! Don't.
Is he nice? Is he nice with it?
Say nice with it.
I think you can find all of these guys basketball.
Yeah,
highlights.
100%.
He fucking posterized a dude.
Oh shit! Well, I was trying to do this without looking at any of them playing basketball, but
here's a video of the Cowboys playing like 5-on-5.
Al Ryan's opened up the door.
Oh, hold up now.
Is he nice with it?
The first was pretty smooth, and he hit some kid with the slowest spin move I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
so
he's
I
not
don't know about all that.
fastest.
I mean, he was a point guard.
There's a video of the Cowboys playing 5-on-5 at the Dude Perfect like recording studio, which is wild. Who's that? He's got a nice jumper.
I'm watching this on Huddle, by the way. You remember Huddle?
Oh yeah, my highlights are still on there. You can find my highlights on there.
Hey,
Hell yeah. Apparently Mahomes was at Lifetime Fitness the other day. Oh, Mahomes. Oh shit, this man can cook.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by that.
I was like, something doesn't surprise me about that.
This is going in Discord. You guys got to watch this.
Oh god,
I'm appalled. I apologize. To
We're not familiar.
I was definitely not familiar with that game.
With your game,
he hit the cross. He fucking.
Let's see. It's not playing for me.
Ooh. Yeah. That was nice.
The spin move at the end is gross.
That was nice.
Yeah, all right. We're moving Mahomes on. All right, he's got past.
Connor's like,
all right, Josh Jacobs versus Devontae Adams. Dude, whoever said like Devontae Adams would call every foul is so right.
yeah,
That's right.
He would probably
That's right,
call every
that's
foul.
me.
I think I'm going with Devontae because
I think I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I am too.
This one's kind of a weird one. Jalen Hurts and Aaron Donald.
I feel like they would play really similarly playing basketball, like very like downhill, like getting to the hoop. But I feel like Aaron Donald is bigger, and therefore would win.
Dude, I feel like Jalen Hurts' jump shot kind of broke. I'm
Looking
not
at
gonna Sean Marion type top for you. Yeah. All right. We'll put Aaron through. Tyreek Hill and Fred Warner. Dude, you convinced me. Fred Warner's got the sauce. Something about like the little jab step.
I think he's got the athleticism to like keep up with Tyreek on the basketball court too, but is gonna have to be a little bit more skilled playing basketball.
Yeah,
I agree.
We got some. All right, Patrick Mahomes versus Devontae Adams.
This is a good matchup.
What a matchup of titans.
This is a good matchup.
I think I got Devontae. I don't know why. His crossover is nasty. I don't know what it is. Is he a hooper? Is Devontae Adams a hooper?
Oh, here I got a video. Devontae Adams shows sick basketball skills in Raiders locker room.
Yeah, he's playing mini basketball. I watched the same video.
I was playing mini basketball. I found his high school highlights. Does they have any of him playing basketball? Oh yeah, they do.
Let me watch him cook real quick. Hold on. That jumper's
He's
wet.
his jump shot's nice.
That's what all right, yeah.
Jumper.
I told you, bro. Something about him.
He's a 3-point specialist.
But
Spot
I haven't
on
seen
three specialist.
I haven't seen him take a dribble yet, but the jump shot's nice.
Hey, if he just gets it, he laces it, man.
Of course he went to Palo Alto.
I did not know that. Here he is in the fast break. Let's see a dunk.
Now it's layups.
Layup. Sad.
He's just I don't know why. Something about Devontae Adams.
There's a dunk. That was nice. Yeah, I got Devontae Adams.
All right, we'll put him through. Here's a cool matchup. Aaron Donald and Fred Warner.
I like that we ended up with 2 offensive players and 2
Yeah,
defensive
two
players.
defense.
That works out nice.
Those dudes are just both beasts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did Fred Warner play basketball?
I have no idea.
No, he did not.
Did Aaron Donald play basketball?
Well, I don't know. Aaron Donald can do whatever he wants.
Aaron Donald is just like too strong. Like, you know what I mean? Like he would. I don't know. I think I would still go Fred Warner.
Oh. Okay, no. So I found a video of Aaron Donald playing. No, is that actually him? I don't know if that's actually him.
Is he bad?
I don't think that's actually him. If this is actually him, his jumper's kind of broke. But I don't. I think it's just a guy that looks like him.
Oh man, I think I would go Warner.
I didn't
Anyways,
know Fred Warner went to BYU. Just gonna throw that out there.
I also didn't know that.
there you go.
He was a Coug.
No, we've been on the Fred Warner train, saying we think he would cook. I want to stick with Fred Warner here. I think
We've been riding that meat.
I'm gonna base it on the one video I saw that I don't think was actually Aaron Donald, but kind of looked like him. And now I'm picturing in my head him shooting with this really broken jump shot. Yeah.
All right, then our final matchup for the 1v1 basketball, we have Devontae Adams and Fred Warner.
Fred Warner, baby. Let's go.
Are we going Fred all the way?
Fred Warner.
Fred Warner, yeah, let's do it.
What if he sees this clip and he's like, "I've never played basketball." Like, I just am not ever.
Crazy.
Yeah, like, all right. I guess we're going Fred Warner for the win there. So there you go. That was a bit of a. I hope you guys enjoyed that bracket. It was a little goofier than our normal brackets, but it was fun nonetheless. I mean, unless you guys have anything else, that's it in terms of the sports, in terms of the games. So
Patriots Steelers are still 21-10. Steelers just blocked a punt though.
they are.
So
What a gross game.
right.
Yes. So yeah, I guess we're done. Who wants to sign us off?
I can do it. For myself, Ryan and Connor, thank you for listening into another fantastic episode. Hopefully we'll be back next week.
Yeah.
Okay, Connor, finals?
Maybe, yeah.
When are your finals next week?
Thursday and Friday.
That works. I'm in New Jersey all day Thursday, so I'm busy.
Yeah.
But so we'll do it earlier in the week then.
All right.
But for myself, Ryan and Connor, thank you for listening. Please gamble responsibly.